Hello everyone and welcome to our major scale mastery course. Today we're going to be talking about the A major scale. A is located 5 notes above the D from where we last left off. So we're going to start on the A. Let's take a look at the right hand. Now, just like our other scales, we're going to keep the same sharps from before. That means we're going to still have the F sharp, we're still going to have a C sharp, and we're going to have a new sharp, which is going to be G. So let's take a look at what that will be like. Starting with our thumb on A, crossing our thumb under 3, and here is where we have our G sharp, landing on A, and on the way back down, almost exactly the same, third finger on the C, crossing over the thumb to finish out where we started. So altogether it will look like this. All right, now let's take a look at the left hand. The left hand, same thing. We are keeping the F sharp, we're keeping the C sharp, and we're adding a G sharp. Let's start with finger number 5 on A. And here is where we cross our third finger over. And on the way down, be sure that our thumb crosses under to land on the E here. So we finish exactly where we started. Altogether, it'll look like this for the left hand. All right, once you've mastered the right hand and the left hand, it's time to put them together. Make sure you go nice and slow. Here's our third fingers matching up. On the way down as well. And there you have the A major scale. I'll play it one more time. Once you've mastered the A major, be sure to go back and review the C major and review the G major. Review your D major and then review your A major. At whatever pace that works for you, as long as it's consistent. Once you've mastered these, you're ready for the next course where we're going to be going over the E major scale. Hello everybody and welcome back to our major scale mastery course. We are here diving into the scale of E major. Now let's review what sharps we have to keep in mind for this scale. We so far have F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp. And our new sharp is going to be the D sharp. So let me show you what this is going to look like. Starting with our thumb on E, we have the same fingering as our other scales that we've been learning. So we always have the 1, 2, 3, and then thumb under for the 1, and then finishing it out. And here is the new sharp, which is D sharp at the very end here. And on the way down, we have our 3 crossing to the G sharp. So we land where we started. Let's take a look at that again. All right, now let's take a look at the left hand. The left hand is going to be the same thing as usual, just of course mirror image and opposite. starting with our pinky on E. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here's where we cross 3 over to the C sharp and to the D sharp. On the way down, we have our thumb crossing to the B. Don't hit the C. All right, so that's going to look like this. This scale is simpler than it seems, mainly because the black key fingers tend to fit the ergonomics of the hand quite well. So enjoy that aspect of the scale. Here's what it will look like with both hands together. Here's where we cross. All right, and there's the E major scale. Once you've mastered this scale, you are all ready for the next scale, which is going to be B major. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our major scale mastery course. We're now diving into a new set of scales. These scales are going to be using different fingerings than we're used to for some of them. So it's going to be a little bit difficult. We're going to talk about a couple new rules of thumb to keep in mind. But let's dive right into the B major scale. The sharps and the black keys that we've had to keep in mind so far are F, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and our new sharp is going to be A sharp. So let's take a look at what it's going to be for the right hand fingering of the B major scale. Thankfully, this fingering is going to be just like all the other scales, so it will feel very comfortable by now for you. 1, 2, 3, with the thumb under. 1, 2, 3, then A sharp here. And on the way down, we're using all 3 black keys, going with our thumb to the E, then our 2 black keys here, and ending on B. So altogether, it will look like this. All right, let's take a look at the left hand. The left hand we have starting with finger number 4. This is what makes it much different from any other scale that we've done so far. The pinky gets to take a break. So the B major scales for the left hand starts with finger number 4. And it goes to the 3, 2, 1. Then when we cross, we do not cross the 3. We cross the 4. This will allow a comfortable position for the finger ergonomics throughout the scale. Coming down is the same thing. We cross our thumb under the 4 to the E. It's a little bit tricky. Let's try that again. Once you have that mastered, it's time to put your hands together. So let's take a look at what that will be like. This is different. We're not using our rule of 3s here. We got a rule of thumb though, where our thumbs are going to always match up for the most part in the middle until we end it. Rule of thumb. Let me point out a quick pattern that you played with your fingerings that you might not realize, so I'm going to point it out. Anytime we have our black key groups of 2s being played, we are playing the fingers 2 and 3 with them. And then whenever we get to the groups of 3 black keys, we're using 2, 3, and 4. This little trick will help you play all of the other scales in this sequence for this mastery course. So keep this in mind. This is the intro to our rule of thumb and then our black key fingering rules. Let's take a look again at this scale. Now, if you're familiar with sharps and flats, you'll understand that C flat is the same thing as B. So once you master this scale, you've actually also mastered the C flat scale. It has 2 names to it, which is called enharmonic. So once you've mastered this scale, you are all ready to move on to the next scale in the sequence, which is going to be F major.